Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. We will get started in about a minute. So just hang tight for now. Thank you. Hey, everybody. Thank you all for attending our recruitment webinar today. Finding new partners is really at the core of affiliate marketing, so we have no doubt that you made the right decision in attending this webinar. Our network data actually shows that continuous recruitment is the #1 key to long-term growth, and we'll learn more about that in the webinar itself. Our presenter today will be Carissa Payne, who has almost 14 years of affiliate experience. In other words, she's a true affiliate expert, and following her advice and her recommendations should really help set your program up for long-term growth. Before we kick things off, I just have a few notes on the format. So recruitment is a very broad topic, and Carissa will be covering a lot of information in a short amount of time. So to be as helpful as possible and make sure you can retain everything you need to, we've also made the full deck available for you to download in the handout section. It should be in the top left-hand corner of your screen. So be sure to go in there and download that so you can keep it as a resource. We'll also be sharing a recording of the webinar in a follow-up email later today, so you can go back and rewatch anything that you want to review further. At the end of the webinar, there will be a quick Q&A, so please submit any questions you have through the GoToWebinar interface, and then any questions not covered during the webinar will be responded to via email later. Depending on the question, we might take a day or two to respond, but don't worry, everyone will get their questions answered. There will also be a post-webinar survey that should appear within the GoToWebinar interface as soon as the presentation is complete. So make sure you don't exit out immediately, and please take 2 minutes to reply to the survey. It should really only take 2 minutes, and we would really appreciate your feedback. Please tell us anything that we can do to make these webinars even more valuable for you next time around. This webinar is actually the first in a series that we'll be doing over the coming months, where we'll cover recruitment, activation, and optimization. And this whole webinar series is being created as a result of feedback that we received after past webinars. So we really do take the time to review what you want to see and how we can help you as much as possible. So again, we really appreciate your feedback. Please take the time to fill out the survey. And with that, I'll throw it over to Carissa.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our recruitment webinar. Today, we're going to walk through the various aspects of successful recruitment campaigns, including recruitment basics, making your program attractive to potential publishers, recruitment tools, publisher types, recruitment campaigns, and communication and common pitfalls. Starting off with the recruitment basics, let's dive in. What is recruitment? Recruitment is the act of searching, adding, and accepting new publishers into your CJ program. There are 2 different types of program recruitment: pushing program term offers and accepting pending publisher applications. Prior to pushing an offer to a publisher or accepting a publisher's pending application, it's a best practice to review their promotional properties and promotional models to identify if they're a fit for your program. If so, you can make an offer to the publisher and select the program terms that you would like to push to them. If a publisher is not a fit, simply decline their application. Many of you may have seen this infographic, but we think it's an important one to share to help drive home the significance of recruitment over time. Network data over a 5-year period showed that on average, 60% of an advertiser's program revenue came from publishers recruited into their program after the first year. In other words, most program revenue comes directly from newly recruited publishers' partnerships, which fuels program growth. There are 3 main pillars of recruitment that bring value to your program: growth, diversification, and competitive advantage. Recruitment is the key to program growth, and advertisers that actively recruit see an average of 2 times the growth rate compared to programs without active recruitment. Concentration risk means a majority of your program revenue is driven by only a handful of publishers. Through recruitment, you are helping to diversify your publisher base and mitigate concentration risk. Lastly, you gain competitive advantage by increasing your market share and improving awareness of that competitor footprint. With more publishers comes more growth. According to a 2019 survey, publishers prefer CJ, and that preference creates more growth opportunities for your program. Whether publishers come to us organically or we seek them out, we're constantly feeding the pipeline and collaborating to ramp them up swiftly. The proof is in our numbers. On average, CJ creates 120 quality new to network relationships per month, delivering more opportunities for your program. The first step to successful recruitment is to make sure your program is attractive to potential publishers. Your network profile is your first impression to publishers. Here's an example of what it looks like in the CJ Account Manager. You can navigate to this page by going to Account and then selecting Network Profile. And here's a blank version of what publishers see in an advertiser's account. They get a snapshot of your program that includes contact info, category, and program description. When updating your network profile, start with your program description. Tell potential partners exactly what you're selling and what makes your program stand out for your competitors. For example, focus on what your affiliate program can offer to publishers, such as your default commission rate, average order value, conversion rate, newsletter frequency, exclusive offers or promotions, and link and product feed availability. Also be sure to include any restrictions for joining your program. Next, review your keywords. You want to include as many relevant keywords as possible to give potential publishers the greatest chance of finding you. Include your brand name, brand nicknames, common misspellings, relevant industries, popular categories, and products. Don't forget to review your network profile every 6 months to ensure your information is accurate and up to date. Your default program terms are what publishers see when they find your profile in the CJ Account Manager, and therefore are an important part of promoting your program to potential partners. This is an example of all the visible fields publishers can see when viewing your default program terms in your profile. When creating your default terms, make sure they're competitive. You can sign up as a CJ publisher to see your competitors' default terms and compare them to your own. Pay attention to your competitors' commission rates, referral periods, number of occurrences, and performance incentives. Include as many details as possible in your policies section so publishers are clear on your search and marketing policies and which promotional models you allow. For example, if you don't allow search publishers in your program, make sure that's specified in your program term policies. If you ever update or replace your default program terms, be sure to update the details in your program description as well. Lastly, take advantage of all the CJ badges available. If you achieve any of these certifications, a badge will be added to your profile, making your program more attractive. Content certification automatically connects you with rich content publishers that complement your brand. Mobile certification helps publishers identify advertisers tracking mobile transactions. Cross-device lets publishers know you track and commission on multi-device and multi-browser customer journeys. And cookieless tracking lets publishers know your tracking is protected against recent browser privacy changes. Here's the publisher view again, so you can see where these badges appear. Now that you know how to make your program attractive to potential publishers, let's review the CJ Account Manager recruitment tools. If you're looking for new recruitment opportunities, we always recommend the Recruit tool as your first stop. We know that identifying the best publishers to partner with can be a challenge in CJ's large network. Our Recruit tool enables you to filter publishers by several different categories and criteria to streamline your recruiting efforts. The Recruit tool can return up to 100 results at one time, and you can use various filters to narrow down your results, which will display key information about each publisher, including their name, promotional model, promotional properties, network earnings, and EPC, as well as location. The CJ Placements Marketplace is our one-stop shop to identify opportunities, negotiate rates, exchange creative, track performance, and pay invoices. Advertisers are often searching for premium placement opportunities on publishers' websites or short-term placements for holidays or special events. In the Placements Marketplace, publishers can post paid placements in a variety of formats and compensation models, and you can see opportunities for both joined and non-joined publishers. CJ's unique content certification program opens up the doors to an abundance of partnership opportunities for advertisers and publishers. This program automatically connects advertisers with high-quality content publishers that complement their brand. While offers are pushed automatically, advertisers still have complete control over which content publishers they choose to keep in their program. If you're interested and not yet certified, reach out to your CJ team or submit a request within the CJ Support Center to get certified today. Also, keep an eye out for our content webinar coming this summer. Now let's take a look at the different types of publishers within our ever-growing network. Traditional publishers such as Coupon, Deal, and Loyalty are usually what people think of first when talking about promotional models in the affiliate channel. However, we also want to make sure you know about other types of publishers you can recruit into your program. Technology and content publishers can offer new and different ways to promote your brands and interact with potential shoppers by using browser extensions, mobile apps, blogs, reviews, and social media. CJ currently works with and tracks all types of partnerships and distribution methods, including brand-to-brand, influencers, and in-app. We're focused not only on growing our publisher network, but growing affiliate opportunities as a whole. Our business development team is tasked with finding high-value brands that aren't currently monetizing via affiliate and bringing them into the channel. A few brands that were recently introduced to affiliate by CJ are Forbes, Bing, Apartment Therapy, and Thrillist. The variety of publishers to partner with is endless. It all depends on your business goals and product offerings. For example, you can test working with cart abandonment solution partners on a CPA basis, or expand your search engine presence by working with publishers that specialize in complementing your existing search campaigns. We highly encourage you to test a variety of publisher models to see what works best for your program. Our content solutions have amplified growth for many commerce content partners, as well as bloggers and influencers. Publishers need to meet very specific criteria to become content certified, and being a content certified advertiser gives you immediate access to content publishers that are the right fit for your brand. For those looking to invest, our VIP influencer campaigns are bespoke campaigns completely managed and curated by our VIP influencer team. CJ's award-winning content tools make it easy for content publishers to monetize via affiliate. All of this, coupled with our team's expertise in the content space, offers endless opportunities for growth in your program. Also, be sure to recruit coupon publishers into your program. As shown here, 45% of internet users frequently or always use coupons. And within the CJ network, we have seen that coupons can increase average order value. In a study with ComScore, Google found that coupon customers are 2 times more likely to purchase or convert. It also shows that 86% of coupon customers are repeat purchasers who spend up to 5% more. And they are also more loyal to your brand. After being introduced to your brand, a coupon customer is 200% more likely to search for your brand again, and 375% more likely to remember your brand while shopping. Now let's talk about going global. As you can see, our publisher network truly is global. We partner with top in-market affiliate networks, bringing a wide array of potential partners to your program. CJ delivers growth for our advertisers at the global scale. With a verified global reach of over 930 million digital consumers, our network is the perfect place to maximize your global reach and increase sales from new and existing customers wherever they're located. Consumers today can shop with no borders. They can make purchases on a site in their own language while the transaction happens in a different country. Are you a brand that can only ship to the US? We can connect you with publishers helping customers using freight forwarding to get their purchases. When looking to expand your program to work with publishers across the globe, we recommend first identifying global publishers to bring into your program. Once joined into your program, run exclusive offers and promotions with those publishers. Invest in placement opportunities to test different markets. When applicable, set up new links for promotions by region or country. Send targeted email campaigns to partners in specific markets. Include various languages and translations with your links, promotions, and communications. Now that we know what recruitment is and how to find these publishers, let's dive into the 3 steps for building a successful recruitment campaign. First, identify who you want to target and understand your goals. Second, push program term offers to publishers that are a fit for your program and will help meet your goals. Third, and most importantly, engage with those publishers by sending personalized communications to form lasting partnerships. When you're identifying publishers to recruit, first make sure you have clear goals in mind for how you want these new publishers to grow in your program. A few examples of these goals may include driving new customers, generating more revenue, or increasing your conversion rate. Next, identify any policies or legal limitations for your brand that may eliminate certain publisher types or promotional methods. And finally, narrow your search. Determine which publisher models you want to grow or models that have performed well and you'd like to expand. Be sure to prioritize quality over quantity. Don't recruit too many publishers all at once, which can take away from the time and effort needed to spend on each one for a successful recruitment campaign. Pro tip, resist the urge to recruit publishers en masse. The idea is that you're identifying publishers who can bring unique value to your program. The next step is pushing out program terms. Before making an offer to publishers, confirm they're a fit for your program. Be sure to review their promotional properties and remember that publishers can use more than one promotional model. If a publisher is checking all the boxes, make them an offer by selecting the program term you want to push them. Lastly, we always recommend grouping publishers so you can track the success of your recruitment campaign and send them targeted email campaigns once they're joined to your program. Engagement with your newly joined publishers is key to forming long-lasting partnerships. It's important to send one-to-one communication to highlight the value you see in that partnership. True relationships take time and require work from both parties. Show publishers that you view their promotional properties and work with them to develop strong partnerships that benefit you both. As a best practice, make sure you have an email listed for both joined and non-joined publishers so that they can contact you with any questions. If you don't wish to use your own email, you can set up a new email to monitor publisher communication, such as affiliate@company.com. Here are some best practices to consider when communicating with your prospective publishers. Your program description and program terms will play a major role in a publisher's first impression of your program, so make sure they are accurate and up to date before you start pushing offers. Along with pushing an offer through the CJ Account Manager, you always want to send an email to the publisher if they have contact information available. We'll be talking more about this in the next few slides. And a pro tip here is to make sure you are signed up to receive the Partner Opportunities email in your communication preferences. These newsletters may include publisher contact information not available in the CJ Account Manager. If you don't receive this newsletter, it's likely because you've opted out. But opting in again is easy. Just navigate to the account users page and update your communication preferences. Now on to some best practices we recommend when communicating with your prospective publishers. Think of it like a resume. The publisher will glance over this quickly and frame your message in a way where they can understand why you will be a valuable partner in those few seconds. Clearly state your brand's value and any incentives you're offering so a publisher can determine if your brand is a good fit for them. Note that if you're a smaller or newer brand, or if your recruitment efforts focus on content publishers that are in high demand, you may need to offer stronger incentives to catch the publisher's interest. The best suggestion here is to be generous with incentives to kickstart the relationship. And then once you've proven your program's value, you can reevaluate and negotiate rates if needed. If you're working with budgetary constraints, think outside the box about non-monetary incentives you can offer. One-to-one recruitment is a significant upfront investment, but it can pay off in the long term for your publisher relationships. Mass communication may not be as successful since mass outreach essentially uses template emails sent out to all publishers you wish to recruit. All the information will be the same for each publisher receiving your recruitment email. Publishers receive these frequently, and they are often overlooked. In comparison, a customized email would ideally detail the value they can bring to being a part of your program, how you hope to work with that particular publisher, and the customized commission rate you can offer. Feedback provided by publishers also tells us that a personalized touch in your communication does make a difference when they're deciding whether or not to join your program. Publishers often look at advertisers' earnings per click, or EPC, when reviewing offers. EPC is the average commission publishers receive per 100 clicks they drive to your site. If your site has higher than average conversion rate, that can help increase the EPC, which is something to highlight in your messaging. In the handout you'll receive after this webinar, we've included a message template you can use for inspiration for your next recruitment campaign. However, please be sure to personalize and make the template your own and resist just filling in the blanks. Out-of-network recruitment is a great strategy for bringing in publishers that don't already work within CJ. Get them into the network with a co-branded sign-up experience. Promote your affiliate page in the footer of your website, your homepage, site navigation, as well as anywhere else you see fit. To edit or set up your co-branded sign-up page, go to the Account Network Profile page of the CJ Account Manager. Lastly, we wanted to highlight some common pitfalls in recruitment to help you avoid them. To ensure you don't miss out on potential opportunities, avoid these common mistakes. As we mentioned earlier, it's very important to keep your program description, product feed, and creative up to date. Review if you have auto decline rules in place. Auto decline is not a best practice, as you end up closing the door on great quality publishers with strong potential. Declining new or zero bar publishers is also not recommended. CJ sees close to 1,000 publisher signups per day, which ultimately provides your program with more potential opportunities. By automatically declining new publishers without reviewing their profiles and promotional properties, you may be missing out on significant partnership opportunities. The same goes for auto-declining publishers based on their promotional models. Publishers help to drive $16.2 billion in annual revenue for advertisers, and actively recruiting publishers provides an increase in market share. Understand the difference between publisher location, which is where a publisher resides, versus geolocation, where the customer they may be targeting resides, is also important, especially when you're looking to target specific geographic areas. For example, many publishers in the CJ network who are located outside of the US see a majority of traffic coming from the US market. Be sure to frequently run recruitment campaigns and engage with your newly joined publishers. Affiliate is not a set it and forget it channel. To drive continued growth in your program, you should be in continuous communication with your new and existing publishers. All publisher types represent growth opportunities, and we recommend working with publishers to see how you can overcome obstacles rather than completely closing the door and missing out on these new opportunities. To recap, CJ drives growth for your program top down. We're focused on growing affiliate as a whole and are constantly looking for new publisher models. Publishers prefer CJ, which in turn creates more growth opportunity for you. CJ's business development team is constantly finding high-value brands and bringing them into affiliate to partner with our advertisers. Our curated content network with award-winning tools gives you easy access to all levels of content partners. We use a mix of technology and human expertise to identify opportunities for your program, ensuring a pipeline of high-value publisher opportunities.
Thank you to Carissa. There's a lot of great information in there. And again, the full deck is available in the handout section that should be in the top left-hand side of your screen. So make sure you go in there and download that to keep that as a resource before we end things here. And we do have time for a quick Q&A. So first question, is there a limit to how many publishers I can recruit or join to my program?
Absolutely not. You can recruit as many publishers as you'd like, and we definitely encourage you to do so.
Yep. absolutely go out and recruit, and then there's no limits there. So let's see, another question here. What should we do if we've been trying to recruit a publisher for a while but are not receiving a response?
This is a tough one, but a great question. Here are a few ideas on that. Maybe hold off for a little bit since the publisher might not have the resources for new partnerships right now. You can also try changing up the incentives that you're offering and just make sure that they're highly competitive. You can get really familiar with that publisher too and how they promote brands and maybe revisit your messaging and tailor your proposal to fit with their model, that sort of thing. You can also, when you reach back out again to them, maybe just even ask if you have the right contact and make sure that maybe if there's someone else that you can try connecting with instead, if they're the right person, that sort of thing. And I think probably the most important thing is to not give up, just keep trying, continue sending those follow-ups. I've seen instances where you send 3 or 4 or 5 follow-ups, and then 6 months later, that publisher reaches out and then joins your program. So definitely keep trying.
Yep, that's great. I would second that. Just seen it several times where you keep trying and then eventually you are successful in kind of connecting with the right person. So like Carissa said, don't give up. And then the next question here. So how do I join the content program, or in other words, how do I become content certified?
Yeah, so getting content certified is really easy. All you have to do is create some content certified program terms and then make sure that those program terms are at least 1 percentage point higher than your default terms. But we actually recommend even increasing that to 2 percentage points or more if you can. Then you'll reach out to your account team, or you can go straight into the CJ Support Center and create a ticket and just request that content certification and let them know which vertical you'd like to join. So your options are style, lifestyle, business, tech, and home.
Awesome. And then a related question here. So can I search for content certified publishers only?
Yes, you can. You can go into the CJ Recruit tool within the Publishers Recruit page of the CJ Account Manager, and then select content publishers in the content certified publisher box within the filters, and then hit search, and you'll see them
Awesome.
those results.
Quick and easy. And then one last question here. So how do I know what commission to offer to a brand new publisher?
Oh, that's also a really great question. So there's no real one answer here. It all really depends on the individual publisher. But a couple things that I would recommend doing is checking with your competitors. So if you have a publisher account, you can go in and sort of see what other competitors are offering just to make sure that you're on par there. You can take a look at similar publishers that are already joined your program and take a look at what you're offering them as well, and then kind of start from there. You can have conversations with that publisher too. Just make sure that you understand any minimum requirements that they have. So if there's a minimum commission rate, you can kind of go from there and talk to them about that as well. And if it's a cashback site, you can go to cashbackmonitor.org and check that out too, just to sort of see what you might be able to understand in terms of other similar publishers and what they may be doing with competitors.
Great. Thank you so much, Carissa.
Awesome. All right.
And that will be the last question for today. So huge thanks again to Carissa, and thank you to everyone that attended. As mentioned at the beginning, we'll respond to any remaining questions via email. So if you don't receive a response later today, you'll certainly hear from us within the next couple of days. Everyone will get their questions answered, so don't worry about that. We really appreciate your attendance and your engagement. As I did briefly mention at the beginning, this webinar was the first in a series where we'll cover recruitment, activation, and optimization. So be on the lookout for an invite for the activation webinar in the coming weeks. Lastly, there will soon be a survey that should appear within the GoToWebinar interface. If you find the webinar helpful, or if you didn't find it helpful, then please let us know so we can make sure we do it even better next time. We want these webinars to be as valuable as possible for you, and we really appreciate your feedback. Thanks, everyone, and have a great day.